The following is a video tutorial for the Intro to Model Making activity, especially highlighting part number 3. For this one, we are going to use the loft feature. And to use a loft, you basically need to create two sketches that are separate from each other and try to merge them together. And so that's exactly what we're going to do. We have on the front surface here the profile that we'll need to create and the dimensions, as you can see. And then we're going to set a plane that is 2 inches back from there and then try to draw in the shape on the back side. So as I'm going through, I'm going to be referencing the numbers that you can see here in the front view. So for our first sketch, we're going to make a shape that is 4 inches wide, 2.5 inches tall. And then we're going to have this V in the center here. And that V is going to meet right in the center at 2 inches from the edge and 1/2 inch off the bottom. So that'll be the first sketch that we create. 4, 2.5, and then this V shape here at half of that of the width and 1/2 inch off the bottom. So in Fusion, I'm going to start on create a sketch and select the back right surface. I will then, using my line tool, starting on the origin, drag off to the left here, or sorry, to the right, and type 4 and hit enter. From there, line tool, we're going to go up 2.5. Same thing on the left side, up 2.5. And then I'm going to use my line tool again, hover over the bottom here, find the midpoint with the triangle, click on that, and drag up and draw in a 1/2 inch line. So this is going to be another dirty CAD move. Basically created a line that doesn't need to be there, but I'm going to reference it for the time being to create my angled lines. So using the line tool from this top point to here, and again from that point to the top right side. I can leave that center line if I want. I can also just delete it all the same. So I'm going to delete it. And then you'll notice my two lines went light blue. That's really fine. But if you want to be very official about it, you can add dimensions to there. And again, those should be 1/2 inch and 2 inches from the side. So I'm just adding what was already there and kind of locking everything back in place now. All the lines have turned black, so they are fully dimensioned. I'm going to finish sketch. That's our front shape. And now I have to create a plane. To make a plane, there are a lot of different ways of doing that. We're going to do offset plane here. When you click on that, it'll bring up temporarily the origin planes. Select that same one that you started working on before, and we're going to drag this new plane back 2 inches. It's coming in here at -2. So I'm going to say, okay, on that plane, I want to make a new sketch. Make sure you are selecting that plane to create your next sketch here. And don't get caught up selecting the first one again. So on the back plane, it's going to look basically the same, but I am a little bit farther back. I'm exactly 2 inches back from my existing geometry on the screen. But that's going to be helpful. I can basically trace over these again because some of these lines are going to be the same for the back sketch. Still going to have it be 2.5 inches tall, 4 inches wide. This time, though, I'm going to bring in a flat portion along the top that'll be 1 inch. And then my V in the center will be 1.5 inches off the bottom. Those are going to be the two differences there. So I'm going to grab my line tool and start sketching off the origin, drag up from here, make that 2.5. From that point out to the right, I want that 1 inch. I'm going to stop there, go back to my origin, go across the bottom 4 inches, hit enter. Line tool from there going up 2.5. Line tool again from that point now in towards the center of the part, 1 inch. And here we go, a dirty CAD line. Find my center, click and make a new line, a temporary line at 1.5 inches off the bottom. And now I can just connect the dots. So from here to there and from there to here. Delete that fake line in the center. Don't need it. Add my dimensions to be official about it. They should be 1.5 inches off the bottom. And again, 2 inches from the side. Everything's locked in place. If I rotate the screen, you can now see that I have two distinct sketches here. So I'm going to click Finish Sketch. And our last move is going to be to loft these two sketches together. So loft can be found here in your create panel. If you don't have it in your quick bar, you can just go through the drop down and pull up loft. And as far as what we need to do next, we just need to select the front sketch and then the back sketch. You'll notice it's going to merge those two things together. It does not do a perfect job, or at least it's not the outcome we want. So we have to make two modifications to this. Very simply, we can grab this point and drag it all the way up to the top here. It should kind of lock into place. And then same thing on this side. We want to grab this point and drag it up to that top left corner. Those will lock in. We basically wanted to create these triangular shapes on the top of the object, and that's our part. So as with everything, let's check the properties, see how well we did. The numbers we have in here are 15.333 repeating and 44 for the area. Double check our document here. 15.33 repeating and 44 for the area. So that's that part from start to finish. Again, it was just 2 sketches and a loft. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you on the next one.